Good morning everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. This is Poonam Avasthi, your SST teacher. Today we are going to begin Geography Chapter 1 Resources. Please refer page number 59 to 62 for this chapter. Watch the video carefully. At the end of the video, you would be getting a home task. Do that positively. It is very easy. If you face any difficulty, any doubt, feel free to reach out to me in the upcoming online classes. Okay? So let's begin the chapter Resources. Hello young wonders. Welcome all of you in social science class. Today we will explore Geography Chapter 1 Resources. Please refer page number 59 to 62 for this chapter. Students, before we begin the chapter, let us understand what is resource. Look around you and observe. You will be able to identify many types of resources. The water you drink when you are thirsty, the electricity you use in your house, the auto rickshaw you use, the textbook you use to study are all resources. So students, anything that can be used to satisfy our need is a resource. Resource refers to all the materials available in our environment which help us to satisfy our needs. Students, nature also has a large variety of rocks, soils, minerals, natural vegetation and animals. These all are called gifts of nature. We use these gifts of nature to fulfill our daily needs. Students, early humans were unaware of the utility of these gifts of nature. So, they were fully dependent upon the environment. And with the passage of time, human beings developed techniques to convert these gifts of nature into useful articles which could satisfy their needs. And so, with this, the gifts of nature became resources. So students, we have understood how does something become a resource. Please note few points here. Things become resources only when they have a value. Its use or utility gives it a value. All resources have some value. Students, value here means worth. Some resources have economic value and some do not. For example, metals may have an economic value. A beautiful landscape may not, but both are important and satisfy human needs. So students, substances are converted into resources by value addition. Technology and time are the two main factors which can change a substance into a resource. For example, a waterfall. Nowadays, with the help of technology, falling water is used to generate electricity, which is called hydroelectricity. Now, my young wonders, we are going to explore types of resources. Resources are classified into natural resources, human-made resources, and human resources. So, let's explore all of these one by one. Coming to natural resources, resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. The air we breathe, the water in rivers and lakes, the soil, etc. are all natural resources. All these natural resources, students, are gifts of nature. Students, do you know natural resources are also classified on the basis of origin, development, renewability and distribution. The first one is on the basis of origin. Biotic and abiotic resources. Students, biotic resources are those resources which come from living resources. They include plants, animals and microorganisms. For example, forests, crops, wild and domestic animals. Students, these resources have the capacity to reproduce in favorable environment. So, When environmental conditions are favorable, these resources can renew themselves, so they are called renewable resources. Thus, they are renewable. Now, students, abiotic resources. We get abiotic resources from physical or non-living environment like land, water, air, minerals and power resources. Students, abiotic resources get exhausted by excessive use. So they can be exhausted if we use excessively. So they are non-renewable. Students, as we all are aware, these resources are in great demand for the development of industries. But the natural process of their formation is very slow, and so they are non-renewable resources. Now students, see the classification on the basis of development. Under this, we have actual and potential resources. Coming to actual resources, students, the resources whose quantity is known and which are being used at present are called actual resources. For example, coal and petroleum. Coming to potential resources, the resources whose total available quantity is not known at present and which are not being used at present are called potential resources. Students, you can note down here that these resources can be explored and used in future with the help of suitable technology. For example, uranium in Ladakh. Next, we have renewable and non-renewable resources on the basis of their exhaustibility. So, students, the resources which can be renewed, for example, wind and solar energy are renewable resources. Now, students, non-renewable resources. The resources which cannot be renewed in near future and which are available in fixed quantities are called non-renewable resources. The natural process of their formation is also very slow. For example, coal and petroleum, it takes millions of years for the formation of coal and petroleum. Hence, they cannot be renewed in our lifetime. Now students, classification of natural resources on the basis of distribution. Ubiquitous and localized resources. Ubiquitous resources are found everywhere such as air and sunlight. And resources which are found at certain places are known as localized resources such as gold and silver or coal mines in Jharkhand. Then we have human-made resources. When natural resources are converted by human beings into useful products with the help of knowledge, skills and technology, it becomes human-made resource. For example, buildings, machinery, vehicles, these all are example of human-made resources. Now students, coming to human resources, the greatest resource of the earth is human beings, as they are capable of making the best of nature's resources through their knowledge, skills and technology. Only human beings can discover, exploit, develop and convert the available or potential resources into useful products or wealth. Education and good health have helped human beings to become a valuable resource. So, any country which wants to progress must take care of both its natural and human resources. Students, note down here, improving the quality of people's skills to enable them to create more resources is known as human resource development. Now students, conservation of resources. Students, as we know, most of the natural resources are limited in stock. Even some of the renewable resources can become scarce if they are not used sincerely. We are already facing shortage of water at many places because of excessive exploitation of water. Scientists, they predict that coal and petroleum are going to be exhausted in the near future. So students, it is very important to conserve the natural resources. Conservation not only secures our life but also the life of the future generation. So when we use natural resources properly for today's need and also conserve and preserve them for the future generation, this balance is called sustainable development. So, my dear young wonders, we should follow the 3 R's of conservation for sustainable development. The first R is reduce. We should reduce consumption. The second R is reuse. We should reuse as many items as possible. And students, the third R is recycle. We should recycle discarded items whenever possible. So, it's our responsibility to maintain and preserve the life support system that nature provided to us. We also need to ensure that we all are aware of sustainable development. We all are minimizing the damage to natural environment. With this beautiful thought, we wind up this chapter. Now, please have a look to the home task. And my dear students, in case of any further query, feel free to ask in upcoming online class. This is it for today. Don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching, keep learning.